Me. I have two BGMs happening because of this guy, so let me just. Ah. Ba-da-da-ba. Refresh through that one. Tonight, we are going to be drinking some vanilla Coke, which is. I'm trying to find where the sugar is. Ah, it is sugarful. Where are you from? What language is this? It looks like. It looks like Dutch, but I could be wrong. What? No, it's German? No way. It doesn't seem German. The Well, whatever. Wherever you're from, you're welcome. I didn't spill any. We're good. Oh wow, that is delicious. Oh wow, I haven't had sugary vanilla Coke in ages, and it is, I'm afraid, delicious. Oh my lord. Anyways, for those wondering where I disappeared to, I don't even know where time went. I was just boiling alive for the last few days. And I also did go to the Ed Sheeran concert on a Saturday, so there you go. I had to make my way back, literally. Hello, sheep, hello. Had to make my way back at like ungodly hours. Oh, my chat is positioned very strangely. Let me fix that actually. Where do we move chat? Where is chat? Chat. I mean, I suppose that's fine over there. I suppose that's fine. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Oh, before I forget, I should get chat on my phone. Because I'm not gonna be able to see it. There we are. Hello, chat. We're back. So if I'm looking to my left, I'm looking at chat. Let's load game. We have a class trial to begin. Continue. Yes. This is on my phone's loud as well. Oh no, or it isn't. Anyways. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. I also better turn my volume down. It is very loud on my end. Hold on. Oh yeah, it is. Yikers. Oh, films and TV. I did not open you. Here we are. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get my hair clip. Oh my god, it's so hot. Gotta tie the hair back. Oh yeah. There we go. This door. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation and they were gathered by the red door. Sure. Wondering why you like this. Okay. And as soon as we were all there.
Monokuma appears!
Oh. Hello. Let me just also see OBS is picking it up properly. Yep, they're all good. Why is there two of them? It's multiplying?
Wrong!
No, not multiplication. It just looks that way because I'm an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along. Long.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then, if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the paint train elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Oh, hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. Never mind, my window is wide open. Well, wide open. It's open because I need the air, but oh god, my poor neighbors.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You gotta pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it. For serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume or the note? Oh, hell no, but how unfortunate. Then it would be seen we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down to there first. Then the story can already begin. Really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. I put my chair closer. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two who lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is someone right here. Hey, girl.
Yes, yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. Big Mac. Oh, it wasn't me. You gotta believe me.
Hey.
So the two of us left. The story begins when we get down there. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing.
Damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go, so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. I don't know. It's hinting at us very heavily that it's Hiro. It's not that easy, is it? I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard. Not abroad, aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. I'm not even kidding, I think this might be my favorite Coca-Cola ever. Coca-Cola with vanilla flavor with sugar. The clanking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all of this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator's doors slid open, opening up into a cruel fate. Oh damn. I like what you've done with the place, Monokuma, I guess. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed cast plus trial after this commercial break. Just because of that, I'm gonna play a commercial break. 1 minute break. Just because I can. Just because Monokuma said it. 1 minute. This coffee is really good. How are we all doing? Are we hydrating? I'm looking at my online online. My phone dashboard is very interesting. I'm still confused on how to use it. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I skipped over 11. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I never hold on to you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Oh, sure. I'll do hard to save. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got more skills. There's Sayaka's water. Who claimed the lives of Hifumi and Kiyotaka? In this class trial, suspicion built up upon suspicion. And like how it looks like the news. Am I really gonna unlock all these skills by the time we're done? It's been ages just to unlock these ones. I think we're good. I think I remember what happened. You know. Alright!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
This is where I get to finally relax
your
a bit.
votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
So sure of it, Asahina? Are we sure?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Can you kill someone in your sleep? Like, genuine question.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Yeah.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it.
I want to check the writing on that blueprint.
And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Okay, I forgot how this works, but let's just keep going. Make your argument. Yes, to Hiro's message. Yeah, it wasn't matching, was it?
Everything we found in your room.
Oh, that's how we slow it down. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Conspiracy?
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
The blueprint. I mean, looking at the blueprints, the handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's writing is...
Everything we found in your room.
Yeah?
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
About the blueprints.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong! But break.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Looks like you're writing print.
Blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
You think yes, Hiro has so many brain cells now?
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not
Literally.
I think I'm trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one.
I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Damn, Byakuya, okay.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Makoto's shocked face when he found out Byakuya is on his side.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Fine. And of course he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. Hiro, Hina, or the Illuminati? Hina doesn't have anything to do with this. I'm so tempted to say the Illuminati to see what happens, but like...
I got it!
It was
Other
him.
than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have
That's
been.
true.
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
And it's the only one who fit in it to begin with.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious
Yes.
individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
I think we may need some bossing around in this one because we're going to just assume like that Hiro's done it.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation.
The what's it called? The wheelie thingy. The tarp with the
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
wheelie. I don't know what that's called.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things that were used to install the body, they must have been the tarp and the replacement building. One of them, right? I got it! There's still one more thing. The dolly.
I got it!
Got it!
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
That's like the attitude.
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
Must hydrate.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
I love how this game always makes a point to remind us of how Sayaka was dead.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Did I just
But when the body
inhale the dust
disappeared,
particle?
so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the
Hydrate!
dolly.
Thank you, Mint! Oh my god, thank you, thank you. Need that. Thank you for the reminder. Today is crucial. It's so hot. How's it
In
going?
other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
Surely someone has an account with that, right?
It would be very strange indeed to discover it has made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection.
Yeah.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Yeah, right.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around
I mean,
you.
she's not wrong. I can't even argue with that. Makoto is a bit of a lower one. Wow, I have never had anyone sound so nice or being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the doll must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Oh god. Reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's defense. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the tab key now has a function when you use the right mouse button and left mouse button. Oh god. I love how when Celeste does her staring emotes, she looks like an owl to me. Oh my god, she does! I never thought of that. She's the cutest owl. You'll automatically reload at the start of the fever time and your ammo will not decrease. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload. We're not gentle. In which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'm not ready. Oh god. So tap to reload.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable
Oh my god.
wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
Oh my god, tempo.
You have it wrong. I
Oh
cannot
god.
agree.
Oh no. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while.
Pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
I don't know where the rhythm is.
Lies will get you nowhere.
I don't know, I'm missing it. Oh, the bullets!
You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I gotta redo that one. That was not my hardest moment, I'm sorry. We already come to the end of the debate. Well then, it's Andrew with the black and it's the other one with the most votes is Ricardo. How does that even make sense? Like, I know it's because I failed, but at the same time, like, can you prove that that has been moved and you haven't been dreaming all along? Well, I suppose it's not Hero anymore. No, it's not over. Yeah. Could you imagine I just say no? Can't give up now. Okay, don't tell me, I got it. I hate the bullets. I forgot which mouse button does which as well. I think, is it right mouse button to lock in?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable
Oh, I have to tab in the time. Makes sense. Makes
You have it
sense.
wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh god.
So pathetic.
She brings up
Lies will get you
some great
nowhere.
arguments.
Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Oh god. Ooh.
I cannot agree.
I forgot how to get rid of that.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable
I hate this. I hate this. I can't see anything and I forgot how to get rid of the negative.
wrong. I cannot agree.
Oh my
You
god.
are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Oh,
You miserable wretch.
Bruh. It's too hot for this, man. How do I get rid of the negative space? I forget. Do I have to press space or something? That really messes with me. Damn, she brings up some solid arguments. You fool! Oh, I suppose I am the fool. Let me just... Is it escape for help?
You
One has temples up, temple down, lock on, attack, reload, tab, space key, consume focus consume, save it and you'll not be required to reload, example before space time. Mega time. Drink the battery and you may after mega time without having to circle around for the second making more dysfunction. The world goes with full after difficulty says. Okay, so I just have to get better. Ooh.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh hell yeah.
So pathetic.
I like this.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
I like this
Away with
one.
you.
Fever time.
You miserable wretch.
I like this. The fever time was so
I
good.
cannot agree.
This should prove it.
They should prove it. God, that was way too hot for this girl. Oof.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Okay.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Yeah.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the
Bring some
dolly
over.
wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled
I was
the
trying to
dolly
use
through
my,
the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
Mouse pad. No mouse pad? Like, the way my mind, oh my god, my brain. The thing on the laptop, I was trying to use that instead of the mouse whilst I was drinking water, but that didn't work.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
My chair is a plastic chair and I just, oh my god, the sweat. Oh, the sweat on it is like liquid.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
You can't bend in the suit, can you? Over just this question, yes.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yeah.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah, I don't know about that, girly.
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm glad there's a bad in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised he got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend that weight. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Fair enough.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Thank you.
On top of that, if you were
Your
wearing
input
such
is
a
greatly
rigid,
appreciated.
cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume is taken off just to move the body because you can't take it off by yourself. Constantine can never take it off. Really strong enough. I got it.
I don't
It's
think
just not
taking
strong
off the
enough.
suit was an option. If you remember,
The class. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A simple help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty steady. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true
No,
that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a
With your
good look at
camera.
it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
It kind of looks like a hug.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt?
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Girlie just wants to see that man flop.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe
Well, maybe we'll find something new. Sorry!
I don't disagree.
I
but
jumped
our
cut
lives
myself
are
there.
on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
She's got a point.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Okay.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Yeah.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... He flew me. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But
I
right
like how we
after
need the
left
recap because of
physics
how
lab,
complex this was.
we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. I was hallucinating all this or something.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
And when were you, Missy?
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to
Yeah.
consider each murder a separate
I'm with
situation.
Gilbert.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find him no matter what. Oh my god. Make your argument. You wanna come up file number 3?
So, regarding Taka's death,
Huh?
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or
Yeah.
perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Do we?
Taka came last
what makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice
I
Hammer
think that's the
4.
one I have to shoot on.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death,
I forgot how to make
I
it go
wonder
quicker.
if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No?
So,
Huh?
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps
Forgot
it
my
was
controls,
after?
man.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Okay.
So,
I need to read this again. Each is wrong statement, focus gauge. This determines how much concentration you can do. Holding down space key can concentrate and slow down the passage of time. Control key to speed up the debate. When the character is talking, someone text may appear in yellow. Okay. Press left mouse button. Avoiding you have the mouse wheel. If you quickly select the queue, future bullets will be automatically loaded according to their order. Okay, I have to hold it left. Okay. Let's try this.
I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Oh.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice.
It's true that he flew while Taka's dead.
See? So it's
I'm
obvious
gonna
Taka
have to
came
listen.
after.
So,
what?
regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before he boomed, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice.
There we go. No, that's wrong. I have some brain. Turns out. I know, I'm just as shocked as you are.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. In his watch. Oh god. Wrist watch? No? I swear it's... What? Is that not... Bruv. I know, concentrate. Thank you. Probably. Oh, they have to be red. Oh, my bad. Thank you.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice fills the air as he stared pointlessly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night,
My sugar.
then he must have been
die of
attacked
heat.
around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
Oh yeah, let me also check. Okay, speaking of time, oh yeah, it is time for one other room. My bad, 1 minute! I will take this 1 minute to stretch a bit. Why is it so hot today? Okay, my chair probably does not have ventilation because, as I mentioned, it's a plastic chair. And I've got a little blanket on it, so it's not as, sad to sit on, but bringing back right, it is so to hydrate. Thank you, Shipshi. Hydrate 1 done. Hydrate 2 done. I hydrated, thank you. Oh, I was stretching and I accidentally hit the overhead lamp. It has a name. It has a name and I don't know what the name is in English at this point. Ugh. Okay, I stretched. Is our minute up? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
It was.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Okay.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Oh yeah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming,
Oh, let
we
me
were
get
all
closer.
together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it?
Ow.
She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Too far out.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
I thought you better go a different direction, Debbie.
I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere.
Well, the
but we
bin
couldn't
did
figure
look
out how to
mighty
explain his body
suspicious.
disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
It seems so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Is there?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yep. Huh.
The dead body moved on its own?
That cloth clearly belonged for me, no one else.
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive is really possible. Yep. Oh god, do I remember? Broken wristwatch, that's not the right one. I'm gonna have to absorb something again.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else.
Oh, no, what I meant to do. I meant to press along. Oh my god.
Shoot!
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing. You're right, Kyoko.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually...
No, Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was...
Are we really so... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yippee!
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Oh, I'm so worried about the fact that I only have 2 hearts left.
Was
I'm
the
gonna
body
fail this,
discovery
aren't I?
announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
I don't think so.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
Okay.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered, when Toko was found unconscious for second time.
I got it!
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, a class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That's not why, but I mean, sure.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove
I do.
he is still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive, and I have to find it and show it to everyone. Not another one. Aww.
don't like making margarine, although yes, his glasses were one of them.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the back, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
But
Then,
no,
is he really still alive?
posture check. Thank
Of
you.
course not.
Needed
It is
that.
impossible.
Thank you.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, I needed the posture check. I know.
Well, here's one thing. The first time we found him, and then his body
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved, and other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Hey, there was.
No, what's wrong?
See what you got here. Hot. Break.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered
Hello,
with
my computer. How's it going? Still approaching Birdie. Welcome to
When we
Mud.
found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
Mm.
And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can. That feels so wrong to say. The bit in the nurse's office was this. This could not have belonged to anyone else. Good, hope you're well. I am, thank you. I'm cooking a little bit because of the heat, but
It was a
I got
glasses
it.
cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the
Cartoon
blood stain on the
mascot.
cloth should make things clear.
What was the name again?
This piece of cloth was used to wipe
Princess
Hifumi's glasses
Pudding.
clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles.
Princess
From
Piggles.
Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princesses.
Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess. There we are.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi
The fact that she
brought
remembers
something
that?
like this to school.
That's so sad.
I see your point. And the only people here who
He's the
wear
only weed.
glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
I need to see Byakuya holding that as a fan art, please.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Hiro's too dumb to kill people, I swear.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead,
Why?
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Actually, there's the fridge.
The fridge in the nurse's office
Yeah.
contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
I remember. Because Makoto was like, I'm not good. I need a snack. Goes in, there's only blood pack. He's like, oh, I don't need this unless I'm like a raging vampire. And I was like, gimme.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
Kinda love you, girl. I kinda do.
If Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Sakura, Taka herself. Oh, you told me.
I got it!
I got it!
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we
Taka
were all
was
gathered
dead.
in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Yeah.
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
I tried going there first and it was locked. But then the game was like, no.
But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murder.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yes. Always love evidence.
There's more?
As Meg.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he
Oh,
took
yes,
off
the
of
piece of
Taka's
paper.
lifeless body.
I think that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be? Hifumi stole from Taka. Stole the note.
I got it!
I got it!
You're talking about the note
I'm trying to
Hifumi
figure out
had
which
hidden
piece
away,
it
aren't
was.
you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
That does not sound good. Yep!
Pants?
Yep!
Yes, his pants.
His pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up at the equipment firm at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Ah, writing looks mighty similar to the one on the Robojustice blueprint.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this
Hero
note
was
isn't
passed
the
out for a
same
long
one
time.
Hiro got.
Damn.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's Taka. Lee.
I got it!
I got it! Hifumi's
That's right.
character is one person.
Taka!
I can't believe the Illuminati was one of the options for
The
an
killer
earlier
used
statement.
this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Yes?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
Actually,
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka
TikTok.
and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
man, genocide Taka is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. Oh no. Again. I don't like making argument. I don't want to argue. Recommend your experience like this. Are any of these relevant?
Huffy had the note, right?
Yeah.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
No.
But remember what the note said.
It was ripped.
What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
It has everything to do with him.
Huffy had the note, right?
Wristwatch, I suppose.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Yippee!
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Oh my god, I have brain. Crazy. I mean, I almost failed the
No,
trial, but
there
like,
absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are
still
you talking
going.
about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet.
Yep, the rec room
The equipment room,
versus
right?
that. Yeah.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
Mm.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that. No further objections.
I like her. She's fair.
Then someone used that note to trick
She's a bit
Taka,
crazy, but that's okay.
just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Something on his gun. God.
He stole it?
There's a rip.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Byakuya is enjoying this way too much. I thought he told me stole enough on Taka.
I got it!
I got it.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
I like how dumb Yasuhiro is sometimes. I need to go to the bathroom. I have drank a lot of liquid. Give me 1 minute and I'll be back. 1 minute break, here we go. Hydrate, people. I'm back. The way I'm like questioning.
In fact,
In fact,
he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
okay, I don't think we need to go that far.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
Because of the announcement.
The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed
I
not
feel like
long after transporting
having a
Taka's
small
body.
statue. But I must take it slowly because it is spicy and I cannot handle spice, so I'll take one at each time.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
Well, that is spicy.
In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Oh my god.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
Yeah.
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
One of them was wet.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
What I say to myself when I don't fail in the trial.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Okay.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
But the Justice Hammers took shape after the mallets.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The whole picture's run in this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. No. Gotta wipe my hand. Oh. Hand clean. Cutlass hammer, yes.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it
Hammer.
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carry
It
it?
was in the same room.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
No.
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for
What?
more info!
What?
Well, one thing seems
What?
clear. The murder weapon has to be
not
one of
actually
the
being
Justice
arrested.
Hammers. And, that's about it.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, whatever it is, there's one thing we have to figure. How was the culprit able to move around? How did nobody witness them?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
No. Maybe it is hero's statement then.
Shoot!
Shit.
What was used? Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness them carry?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to check out murdergear.com/hammertime.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon has to be one of the...
No, that's wrong.
Don't know what you gonna do. Let's pretend like I got that right first time.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
Can you imagine how rough that must have been? Like, it's for Hifumi. You got hit with the hammer whilst it was still like full of debris. You just get bits of debris in your hair. I mean, he'd be dead, so he wouldn't care, but you know.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Yep.
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
That's just how many I'm missing.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Was this the before or after he comes back? We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. I think that's what we thought at first, but... hand clean. Make your argument. But I can't remember that's the right one. I'm gonna have to observe another one.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate
thank
and
you.
survive.
Thank you, Purple
Assuming
Statement.
the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have done. I said there's no chance that people work together on this.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule holds true. It is simple.
Yippee!
No, it's wrong.
You know what, Mario? And I can go back to snacking. You're right.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
Indeed.
A single suspicious individual,
Ooh, exciting.
a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Indeed.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
They already staged it, like, of course they're cool.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their
Okay,
choice of accomplice seems
Okay, be okay.
odd.
The effort made to convince us to murder the 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she turned out to look at it as a series of connected events but as entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at it.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The drug killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end murdered him. In the debates advertised around the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really one person who seems to fit. Me? Yeah, I was there. It was not me. She's dead. He's dead. Dead. Sakura doesn't have anything to do with this. Kyoko is explaining it. Personally,
Here's my answer.
here's my answer. Someone's been a bit too defensive about
It was
this.
Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit, brain fat, lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
You made him make a tea, so I'm actually.
Pardonnez-moi.
Pardonnez-moi. No.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Encountering the suspicious individual, the screaming. I want to see the screaming too. But only they encounter the suspicious individual. I got it!
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh!
Sorry.
Makoto, don't apologize.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
That's enough good for me. It's so spicy. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Saying everything they told us was a lie?
Well. Yeah. Yep. Indeedy. Yes, ma'am.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's
Back.
office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Okay, whoa, back down. I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he had to further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us
She does
all
look
up
like
to
an
the
owl,
physics
my
lab,
god.
it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah!
Huh? What was that? I came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office.
This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. This is the third time I'm saying that today.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why not we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Pardonnez-moi.
If Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
Yeah.
Ah!
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Here we go.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
I must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us spinning around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
She didn't know that Taka was dead. Why would she say those guys?
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
The actor said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? I don't know about the file.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
Bart?
They
Hello!
must be positively
How's it
elated.
going?
We are
Oh,
all going
Bart,
to
thank
die.
you, local, thank you.
We are going
Oh,
to die
I'm not
just
shrimpy.
like those guys died.
Okay,
And that is all I said.
I need to rewind.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I don't know if it's actually this one. I'm here, you're here, yippee! Hello, hello! Welcome. Well, I don't know what she said. She should only have known about Hifumi's dead. Okay.
All I
Watch
said
me fail
was,
this.
they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around. Right? They must be positively. We are all going to die here.
Yeah.
We are going to die. Just like those guys died.
Well, that's strange. Oh, my bad. Yippee! I'll be back in an hour for another posture check. Thank you, local. Thank you. My back appreciates it. Right!
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both
Oh.
guys?
I guess that's a fair point. I suppose both guys can refer to the same gender, but yeah.
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
I mean, yeah, but you'd still say those guys, I suppose. But no, she. I don't know why I'm trying to defend her. It's not looking good.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
If the costume could have literally been empty. You took this picture. You were working with Hifumi in that case. It wouldn't be that difficult.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
You would be fine. Even if the case that you were a pessimist, like taking a picture at that point, you would be like barely able. Oh, let me take a picture.
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Yeah, it looks more like he's hugging
What could you
Hifumi.
possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. Actually, more like that.
I got it!
I got it!
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Why?
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Okay, lady. So let's think she can prove that there is no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Oh god. Oh no. Make your argument again. Everybody suspicion has to hear blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out!
Maybe the question.
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
It's either the costume or the blueprints who's in charge of that, but I think it's the costume. Couldn't be another way. Yep.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just drink it! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect, if the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong.
Hey, like to tell you, I forget to press left mouse button instead of the right mouse button, but that's fine.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, that face! Look at that sprite!
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste, do you need the chill pill?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
What happened to your accent, girly pops?
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Oh, kill me? That's right. I remember that name. Yes, Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
I don't think that's covering up anything, buddy.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Interesting statement.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
In our nicknames, the people's last names, he said, for serious! No, that's Yasuhiro.
I got it!
I got it!
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Mr. Naegi.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Damn, Makoto does have brain cells.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Well, you can do both as I roll an ad. For 1 minute, 60 seconds, here we go. And drink some water as we sit in silence. Maybe I should also take a chill pill. Damn. Definitely, like, if we're going off of vibes alone, like, ignoring all the evidence pointing towards Celeste, we can say for a fact she was definitely trying to make us all believe it was Yasuhiro instead. And whenever, like, even before the trial started, yeah, Hina was on his back, but so was Celeste. She's like, it's already done. And then when she got in and we started cornering her, she lost composure and cool. Something we haven't really seen her do before. So yeah, that makes me mighty suspicious, even if I was to exclude all the evidence within this trial that points towards her. I'm just saying. Cheers. I'm gonna miss this vanilla Coke. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. And we're back.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Do you?
What? I think I've
I mean, fair.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
I'm listening!
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celestia won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Oh, not again. E-handbook spotless hammer, yes, a hero's message. How about we check those e-handbooks, eh?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
God damn it, it's upside
How
down!
long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Well, I do. Tell you what you go, yeah. I do. In fact, I do. I'm actually.
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you set it up, sorry. It won't display your name. Always make sure you have it the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened?
Damn.
Please, just tell us.
Oh god.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
You're starting to sound a bit like your friend next to you on your left, you know? The stupid.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
My poor brain. Closing argument again. So, like, in this room plotting, right, with Hifumi. And, I don't know what else could be here. Maybe this for now. I'll come back to it. And then, as per note, Hero comes in at 6 AM, that's not the right time. Yeah, Secure just like burst in, like what the hell is happening? So how do we chloroform him? Actually no. Hold on. 1 AM, there we go. And then we like chloroform him, you know, this is like what the hell is happening here. And then at 6 in the morning, Taka arrives and boom, Justice Hammer 4 from Hifumi, bam, kills him, whoosh! That was Justice Hammer 4, wasn't it? Yeah. Now the hammer is full of blood. And then we get shown this image, and it's like nurse's office, arm. Hydrate! Thank you for the, oh my god, I didn't even see. Thank you for the redeem. Here. This has nothing to do with this case. Nor to do this ship, I don't think. I'm assuming that's that. And then, blood pack everywhere, but that means that there is blood everywhere, meaning you have to clean that up somehow.
I suppose he had it in his bag? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, they're both dead! Oh no! And then Fumi gets up real quick, covers the body, pushes the body, lays the body, like a little rabbit cat, whatever he's there. And then before he knows it, he gets killed with the mallet. Yeah. Booba Lady has nothing to do with this, no. I'm just gonna go with this and then we see what happens. Oh, I missed one. What the hecky? Oh, sorry, Yasuhiro gets stuffed in the suit. No, this is where this happens. Wait. Where's the picture? This is where that happens. The picture gets taken. Just this hammer full, bloody, and it's like, oh, look what happens. I guess Justice Hammer free. Actually, or Justice Hammer 2. I don't know, we'll see. Let's just see.
What happened.
Not really, but sure.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was
Oh wow, it was right.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro
Now
off
she's
as
like
the
passed
prime
out for a
suspect.
whole
So when they met up with him,
7-8 hours maybe? Maybe more.
they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next,
I need to
Hifumi
do my
positioned
nails.
himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking
Maybe
him.
tomorrow we do a Project Sekai nails
While
again.
the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers
That one is
pretended to
probably
be the
wrong, by the way.
victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack store. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain
I think it's
preconception in
free.
our minds
Actually, maybe.
that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
No. Oof. So they went into the library where Hifumi was. And it's not just this Hammer 3. Actually, going on a win here.
the killer is you!
No? Yikes! Is it just this hammer? Could it be anything else? Just this hammer secret of the library?
The killer is you!
Okay, it was. My bad. Because I couldn't see the blood on it, so I thought it wasn't.
We left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Rub rub.
He took a blood
Oh,
clot
he's
from the
having a
refrigerator
magical god
and just
transformation,
hammer
but it's really
3
bloody.
and turned the room into a crime scene, in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
That's where Justice Hammer 3 is.
Here's exactly what happened. He took a blood and
Yep.
he let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
All this stuff. Naka did nothing wrong.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi
There he
didn't know what
goes.
the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
You. Oh. Oh. Oh damn. What's happening? Oh.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
This is shoujo manga. Complete.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Well, Taiko, why did it take so long to tell us?
Nico?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
That's pretty.
Interesting.
Oh, don't look at my score, guys. It's embarrassing. Oh! Okay. Maybe I didn't do so bad. Nice.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, I'm gonna assume made the right one because otherwise Makoto would get blamed for the role this one, eh? Oh. You won! Guilty! Well, no, let me adjust my seats back to my voice acting.
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was
Hiccups.
Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. How did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't really laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then what did you use? Then did you use, you know? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but that's very sweet, actually. When you think about it. It was the one thing Hifumi and Tako were both super into. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one who stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned on, I found a use for the digital... As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I don't do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far.
It was amazing how completely he bought it. Can't express how enjoyable it was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing it right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean.
Taka is going to try to kill you.
Let go of you!
Ma?
What?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself.
That bastard!
Unforgivable!
Bastard, 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 bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him... Oh, I'm guessing spelling mistake. Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
I have to save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Yumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. What was that strange costume his Fumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it! Unfair.
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been so tough on your parents, though. Feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she asked me was what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live? Stretch, thank you! Ooh! Stretchy stretch. Actually, speaking of stretchy stretch, I'll do better stretchy stretch. Since it is time for another 1 minute at the review. Well, here we go. Let me stretch. We'll do. Ow, that was my nail against my chair. We'll do a dynamic one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that clicked. 4, 5, 6, 11. This must look really funny on my rating 8. Oh. Oh. I'm still here. Ooh, my shoulders as well. Sitting down hard enough. Sitting down in this heat with this plastic chair. Bit difficult. Oh, we got this. Let me sit back down. Oh yeah. And let me get some water. That was really good. Yeah, what a plot, eh? Some more Coke. Damn, I really want to go back and get some more. 3, 2, 1.
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, so he believed it. And it all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course! There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? we're talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us. And that is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? Damn. They're all like vampires. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, that was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 billion would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
It sounds so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even feel my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had the choice then,
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
hey,
You just get executed again. Hmm. So that's the smile then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The Blacker distributed... Yeah, sorry, disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
Damn.
Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
We'll never know. Here we go, guys! Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh, most aesthetically pleasing character in this game. There she goes.
Had a good run, girly. The burning of the Versailles Witch. There she goes. No music, very interesting. Certainly it's about to get very hot. Oh, like you thought she'd die by the fire? I'm sorry to break it to you. There she goes. Diva down. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. Yeah, we got pretty close, right? And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
Why do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible.
How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So, anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of a key type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Monokuma,
Hey,
Answer me.
what did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
See ya!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
What? Then that means...
Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Makoto really wants to get answers from Kyoko. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So, Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? What's that blush for? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. The fuck's that meant to mean, Nasuhiro? I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key. Up. Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw.
You're really cold.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? Safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
You...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me? Damn, we little Ron. Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? You too. No! I believe you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. We're just friends on her? And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
That's fine.
Fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see. What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor on it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? I mean, there is no camera, she's right. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden in here?
She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, gshunk! At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Boom! I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I had made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. There's a bunch of files and what looks like a volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Speak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. But before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand it if you said I can't leave, but you must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oof. A strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. How? Apparently something hit me and I lost my consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note I have fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain and my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The further I walked, the more I felt. Things were getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. Stretch, thank you for the hello. How's it going? I stretched. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hold my shaky frame towards the gym. The sound got stronger and stronger. Yeah. What's going on? Can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Go in. We lost 6-5. Oh my god. I'm so sorry for your loss. That's a crazy number for under 19s. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Next time. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Yeah! Against pain. Oh! Ouchies.
Oh damn. Town teacher, hello? Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No one side is not human, that's for sure, but regardless I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Hostage? What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? What could it be? Okay, depending on who wins the other semi-final, be it Romania or Netherlands, they shall get the silverware. Oh god. I don't know about that one, but Netherlands, I mean, they're a tough opponent. The mastermind for his Sakura. Next generation of legend, stand tall, galactic hero, the end. Damn, look at all those dead people. To be continued, dun dun dun. Yippee! You received the Super Robot Justice present. Oh, how kind of you, game. You shouldn't have. Let's see that. Leon killed Sayaka. We're getting a refresher, and this is where we're leaving it for now. Who perished? So from last time, we know that Taka and Hifumi perished. Crazy guy who went crazy because his friend died, and the weird weeaboo, the weird kind of weeaboo. And we found out that Celestia Ludenberg, who is not actually her name, actually killed, well, Hifumi killed Taka under her plan. She tricked him, and she then killed Hifumi, but she got caught. Dun, dun, dun. So there's very few people alive, and Kyoko told us her secret. And damn, we got attacked by someone, we don't know who. And then we saw Sakura fighting with Monokuma, so we know that Sakura is the spy now. That was one long class trial. Let me see. Boop. Thank you, doll. Thank you for checking in. That was a woozy, wasn't it? Raid, sure, of course. Thank you, Feather. Let's see. Let's raid. Are we ready to go, guys? Let's go raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 3, 2, 1. Thank you for coming to today's stream. Let's go, let's go, let's go.